Joe Budden officially is not returning to Everyday Struggle, and the industry reacts. This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Hit that bell, hit that subscribe button, and if you want to run ads on the channel, it's jordantowermedia@gmail.com. Well, we got Joe Budden today. He is not returning to Everyday Struggle. It's official now. Now, I saw Akademiks stream earlier. It's possible it might get worked out. But what's really kind of cool here in this situation is that the industry is actually showing up for Joe Budden. And that's important here because it shows that rarely happens in the hip-hop industry. People usually don't get behind people. I mean, we've all had our adversaries. I'm sorry, I can't speak today. But we've all had our problems with the music business, and people don't always show up for you. People usually root for your downfall. But here, people want Joe Budden to win. Now, Joe Budden has actually made it pretty clear in the past that he, Def Jam threw him away at one point, Love and Hip Hop threw him away at one point, but he made the point that he will always create, and he will always keep creating, and he won't fail.
Def Jam said, fuck you. Know what I did? I will create here. When that stopped working, I'm digital. I'm doing digital only. When that stopped working, I'm YouTube. I'm putting my relationship here. My point is, I'm going to continue to create. When that stopped working, Slaughterhouse, We Born. When that stopped working, here we are. You're not saying there's always a creation?
So
always.
There's
nothing that can happen in music that will stop a creative from creating. I don't give a fuck about this other shit. I don't need no Camp, Shadow, Kanye, nothing.
Now, what's great about that is that Joe Budden said that he'll keep creating, and I think that, Joe Budden has a great podcast. I watch that podcast. As much as you don't agree with somebody sometimes, it's great to have those conversations in hip-hop. I don't always agree with Joe Budden's podcast, but I enjoy it as background to, it's things that are going on, I'm sure a lot of people watch me that I don't even know about that just like to watch stuff, people reacted. Even John Mayer said something. Waka Flocka said Joe Budden need his own show. Alex Kennedy said whoever decided to continue Everyday Struggle without Joe Budden clearly doesn't understand that the show was successful because of that. Because the dynamic between Akademiks, who is extremely one way, and Joe Budden is extremely another way, that clash was magical. No Joe Budden Everyday Struggle is like no Will Smith on Fresh Prince. Julian or Lucas said that. Now, I saw Akademiks saying that the show will be successful with or without Joe. He kind of said that in a way. He said he wants Joe to be there because he loves the chemistry, but he'll continue to win if it has been. The show won't work without Joe Budden, but Akademiks is a power on his own. He's powerful on YouTube. I used to watch his stuff, still do sometimes. I enjoy his content. And I saw that kid come from nothing on YouTube, and all I can do is applaud that kid because that kid did something very different, and it's pretty awesome, So, and he had no music background. That's what's impressive about it to me. He had no music background, so he just speaks from a fan perspective, which is kind of cool. And I list his perspective sometimes. It's interesting to see his perspective. And I'm giving my perspective just like a bunch of other people give their perspective. Now, some people have no business giving a perspective, but I like his perspective. John Mayer said something. Joe Budden, Elliot Wilson said, yo, Joe Budden, can I call on the next podcast? Sure, it's going to be epic. And let's see, Paige Kennedy. I don't think so. His dynamic is necessary. Blah, blah, blah. Slaughters. Let's see. It's the real, said Joe Budden. Guys will be up at 3 a.m. in case you want to drop that podcast then. D-Ray said, I didn't realize Joe Budden left Everyday Struggle. Joe Budden responded, neither did I. Peter Rosenberg was disappointed in the whole thing. Hopefully he can continue to rock with Akademiks. It's not going to work without Joe Budden. It's not. They'd have to find someone controversial to go against. Akademiks would have to have a good chemistry with somebody else, and it's not really working with Who Kid. But Who Kid's amazing. It's just I listen to Who Kid's radio show because it's different for that. He doesn't really work on this show. You got to really not give a fuck to be on the show, honestly. And I reached that point at one point on this. It's like, I don't care about my past relationships because they're not really relationships. They're just business. It's just business That's it. It's not real relationships. West Side Gun said, I only watched that show for Joe Budden. Let's see, anyone else big? John Mayer said something. Joe Budden said, I created that show. See, Joe Budden didn't create the show, but he created what it was. He molded it. Like Akademiks said that it wanted to be a 15-minute show. He made it an hour. He chose the moderator. He molded the show, and he did. I mean, obviously, Joe Budden has been in the game so long, he understands, Anyways, guys, what do you guys think? Get in the comments below. Let me know. Hit that bell. Hit the subscribe button. I appreciate you guys tuning in. If you want to run ads and channels, jordantowermedia@gmail.com, and I'll check you guys on the next one.